both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Prescott looks to throw on first. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. A second down throw for Prescott. Gets around him, and that's Elliott, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gone!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And out now come the Cowboys. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. And they can't bring him down. Oh, now he bowls him over. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Beckham. There he goes inside the 30. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd down, Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A first down carry by Elliott. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. Gave a glimpse of his power that time and then brought down at the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, Hill. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He may try and run for this. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football. And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Abdullah. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The 2nd down run for Abdullah. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Gone!
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On now the former Cowboy kicker, Dan Bailey. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
It's coming now. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release. This will be incomplete.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now out come the Giants. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that. Super toe.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give. This is Abdullah. They get 6 on the pick up there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
They're going to look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A second down throw for Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And who's got it? The Giants.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On the run, Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They'll look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he'll go at the 25. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, what a move. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Detroit! Gone!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. A dump off for Abdullah. And now running right through it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go! Blue Liner!
Back to throw now on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The handoff to Abdullah. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16.
Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. The 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put up?
And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants add on to their lead. And they got the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Cowboys offense now. They head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after him early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He can run for it, and he will. He'll have a first down past the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
46.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here's Abdullah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. Now Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep, and this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And the Giants ready to come out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, Do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. So that'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They go with Abdullah again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Abdullah. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Detroit!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
If the post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. This looks like a free play for Prescott. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. You tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Detroit!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The give is to Elliott, and they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a pickup of 7, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
His throw incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for two and decide it right now.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. And he is in for the two. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Push. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the fourth quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get it done.
They put up a running them down and